British accent challenge. It's a 28-day challenge, so we have 25 more days to go. Today we're going to look at two sounds, and and they work quite nicely as a follow-on from I and E, which we did yesterday, because the positioning is not dissimilar. So yesterday we studied I as in sit, pit, hit, and the tongue just needs to come down slightly more. So sometimes I can be confused with because of the tongue positioning. It's just a very tiny difference. So we might just bring up I a little bit more today to help you to see the comparison between the two, to make sure that you don't confuse them and you really do create two very separate, distinct sounds. So let's come back to and a. The reason we study these as a pair is because they take quite a similar mouth position. So the main difference is that the back of the tongue has to be pushed slightly down for a. The front of the tongue is more or less in the bottom of the mouth. A. A few words: sat, mat, hat, man. And you might find that when you add something like an N or a D at the end, the sound seems longer. Now it's still the same sound and you don't need to make an effort to lengthen it. It's purely the nature of the D and the N that cause it to seem a bit longer. So man, mad, mat. Do you see what I mean? The way you're going to know if you've got the sound is you're going to hear this kind of hitting sound. Ah. Sometimes I hear sounds that are a bit too soft, a bit fluffy. Ah. And it purely means the back of the tongue is not lower than the tip of the tongue. And that's what you have to get right. So as I said, you might want to look in a mirror. Now let's have a little look at So as I said, the main difference is the positioning of the tongue and the mouth. For you can clearly see the corners of the lips come right back. And also the jaw lowers, and as the jaw lowers, the back of the tongue comes down. For it's similar, but just less exaggerated. So the corners come back, and the lower jaw comes down slightly. Set, met, lend, send. And again, lend and send will sound longer than set and met because of the nature of the n sound afterwards. And you've got the n and the d, which tend to slightly lengthen vowels, but it's still the same vowel sound. So now we're going to look at some sentences. Please do practice both of these sounds and pause and replay the video. And when you're ready, then you can start having a look at the sentences. And I would just suggest that you pause as much as you can. And actually, you probably want to do a bit of a warm-up before you go ahead. So hopefully you've followed my instructions in my previous videos. Practice the warm-up, which was day 1, before beginning today's video. But if you haven't, there's still time to do so. You probably noticed it popping up as a link at some point during this video. And we'll do a tiny warm-up now anyway, in case you're in a hurry. So as the A is a sound that resonates slightly lower in the mouth, whenever the tongue is positioned lower, the sound resonates lower. And equally, whenever the tongue is positioned higher, the sound resonates higher. So for this one, we're going to do a couple of exercises which work the cavities in the back of the mouth and the throat. So the first one we're going to do is stifle a smile and hum. And you can do this as many times as you like, and you can stop and you can do it in the middle of the video as well. Whenever you feel you need a bit of help in producing the sound, a warm-up will always help you. And you can also lower your bottom jaw and hum. Or do some exaggerated chewing and humming. Okay, let's make a move and look at the sentences. Ben has band practice on Wednesdays. Ben has a pet cat. Ben's cat is black. Sam lent Ben a blanket. Sam and Ben sat at the back. Okay, please do replay, practice, and really make your day all about these two sounds. So lots of warm up, lots of repetition. Repetition is key. And I'll see you again tomorrow. And if you like this video, please do like it. And if you're interested in jumping ahead and watching all the videos on the 45 sounds, they are available in my members area, and you can get a 7-day free trial if you follow the link just in the comments section of this video. And please do message me if you have any questions.